So now we're into the Robotics Notes characters.
Yes.
Heidi, A?
Yeah.
Low A, but A.
Definitely. I mean, nice
Yeah.
way she's... Yeah. And indirectly led to one of the funniest moments in our entire playthrough of the series.
That was an original joke of ours, the fucking Irie sunroof, which is the best bit we've ever done.
Yes, is the best thing, yes, that we have ever done, never to be repeated, and it doesn't get any better than that. We peaked in our first series, everything else we did after was kind of shit.
Okay.
And it was thanks to Irie. I mean, as an actual character in the game, aside from our shit talking, no, she's good. She's good and interesting. Like, yeah, I like her.
She's pretty good.
Yeah. Akio, so we need a tier above S for Akio.
So I know you weren't going to let me do this. I knew you were not going to take any arguments other than S for her.
Correct.
Personally, I think she's top of A, but you think she's hot, so she's going in S.
Yay.
I can't really justify her not being an S, though. She's probably the best character in the game.
No, and yeah, that's the thing, is that she is kind of the Okabe character of Robotics Notes, right?
Yeah, which will be a problem for her character coming up soon.
She plays that role in Robotics Notes. Like, she holds the whole thing together. Her enthusiasm is just an absolute joy.
Yeah,
it sets the tone for the games, right?
Right.
And her story and how they've worked that out. And
yeah, what am I on about? She's definitely bottom of S. What am I talking about? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're shit talking. See,
I am. You're right.
S
yeah, best character in Robotics Notes. I would agree. Also, I just realized that we just said that Bond is the best character in Chaos Edge.
I don't think we're wrong, though.
That's the problem. I don't think we're wrong. Again, we haven't done the side routes or Love Choo Choo yet, but so far, Bond is my favorite character in the game. Well, okay, Senna. I would put Senna above him, but
okay. We have our favorites when we take other things into account. However, if we were to actually then try and hash out who is the best character, yes, we end up with Bond as being the best character.
Objectively, I think it is Bond.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Man, I love Senna though. Anyway.
Yeah. Crow.
Okay, next is a problem.
This is a problem. She invokes Rule T as well.
She's Rule T.
Yes.
Probably one of the best Rule Ts.
Mm.
She is a freaking S-tier character with C-tier stories.
Well, that is a brilliant way of putting that.
She's an S-tier character with C-tier stories. I want her an S so fucking bad, but I cannot justify it because her stories are just not very good.
I think that's a better way of putting it because you're mainly sore about her. You're mainly sore about how she was used in Dash, which was terrible.
It was so bad. It was. I'm so mad about that.
Yeah, she was used terribly in Dash. In Robotics Notes itself, no, she wasn't used badly, really, but
it's not bad. But goddamn, they had the potential for something so goddamn good, and they didn't take it.
Yeah.
If they even took it just once, she would have been S tier easy. But
yeah,
everything she does as a character, not ignoring her own like roots and stories, is easy S because she's so fucking funny. She's extremely important in a lot of ways.
Yes. Yeah, that's definitely important. I mean,
but her individual roots are just not there. God damn it. They could have done something great with loneliness and shit like that. And they hinted at it so many times, they never did it.
They hinted that they could do it. And I think we're saying that on her own. With other characters, she works and is used quite well, but whenever they try to anyway focus on her, it's just like
it just falls.
Just kind of an
it just does not work.
And they don't really explore that even at all in the first game. It's like basically everything she does that is actually interesting was with other people, which is good. You know, a character that does that is good. It's just that they hinted that there could have been potential to actually do something on her own, and didn't really take it that much. Yeah, they didn't.
And yeah,
they built up with the scene where she, attempts to commit suicide, and
there's that scene. There's that brief like 5 minutes where she's like standing at the airport, like looking away, talking to Kaito. That was like the best 5 minutes she had.
Yeah,
Because I remember saying it in our playthrough that 5 minutes was better than her entire roots.
Yeah, that's the thing. You only get little bits of what could be, and when then they're given the opportunity to build on that, they drop the ball, which kind of sullies the whole thing. Really, we're still pissed off about that.
I'm so pissed off about it.
Which to be
She's
fair
such
means
an
we
S
are
tier character. She's such an S tier character.
just
But
not used.
God damn it,
Not used her full
not
potential.
used. Right, and fucking goddamn, she's so goddamn funny.
Yeah.
Oh, also the tuta tuta dance alone kind of helps. That's just so goddamn funny.
I wouldn't say that redeems what
it doesn't.
what they
but
did
it's just
in Dash, but it was something.
I'm
At
just
least we
so
got something
salty
out of
that
it.
her roots. I'm so salty that her roots aren't good. Otherwise, she'd be S.
Yeah.
Juna,
Well, she needs to get into robot to start.
she doesn't need to get in the robot.
Yeah.
A?
Yeah. I don't
She's
think
an A tier. She's pretty
definitely
solid.
an A. Yeah. No, very solid. When they do focus on her, they do actually do a
pretty
good job.
good.
It's kind of
It's
the
pretty
inverse
good.
of it's the inverse of Frau in that way.
Right.
In that they actually use her properly, and yeah, you actually feel that you get quite good, interesting stories that focus on her. That adds to the overall thing. Generally, a good character to be around. Yeah, great.
Yep.
And yeah, that's CG at the end for Root and Dash. Amazing.
The fireworks one? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
That's really good. Her
I don't
grandfather.
remember his name. Yeah,
Yeah,
Juna's grandpa runs the, mechanical shop that they go to a lot.
Yeah.
I thought about it and I was like, man, he's actually really important.
He is a really important character.
He is funny.
Mm-hmm.
He gives all the kids shit, as they should.
Yes.
But in the end, he doesn't really... He does a lot behind the scenes.
Yes. I think
I think he's like B.
Yeah.
He's good B quality.
Exactly. Definitely.
Yeah.
He does give kids so much shit and it's great.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Kaito then.
Okay.
It's gonna be interesting.
Not good. Not bad. As a protagonist, he's fucking boring. This was the problem I referred to back when we were talking about Akio, is that Akio outshines him in every single way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, this guy is just... he just plays video games and has an amazingly good friend in Akio.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's just boring as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and can slow down time because reasons.
Yes. Good shenanigans. I mean, I think you are being harsh on him. He's an amazing good friend in Akio, but it's also a good friend to her. It does go both ways. As basically on their own, these two will be complete disasters, but together they basically stop the other from being a complete disaster.
He's a great friend to every friend character. I will agree with that.
Yeah.
He was great to Akio. He's great to Juna. He was great, really good to Frau, actually, if you think about it.
Oh yeah, yes. No, and that's the thing. Is I think probably the issue from an entertainment point of view is that his methods.
He's too normal.
His methods and his personality are just normal. Yeah, they're subtle, right? He's not very out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's easy for him then to get outshone by the other characters. And of course, the role he plays is absolutely, crucial and critical. But it can feel like basically kind of you aren't fully paying attention. You're not fully, it can be easy to kind of overlook what he actually does throughout the whole game, and you kind of end up then getting to the last, quarter or third of the game where he actually, obviously comes into his own, and actually very important for the whole story. And you kind of feel like, oh, he's kind of just fucking around for most of the game. Why is he now the hero? which is
Like,
harsh on the role he plays in the first game, but that's kind of just the nature of the story, really.
yeah.
I've got on
I
one hand, I'm finding it hard to criticize for that, but it's kind of the nature of he is our perspective. I mean, to be fair, if he wasn't our perspective, it would probably be even worse. It would kind of very much be a where the hell did he come out of? And it's like, okay, he's kind of there.
That's like the thing that I believe we were saying this throughout our playthrough Robotics Notes is like Akio is the main character of this game.
Yeah.
That is basically inarguable.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think Kaito's top of B. I can't really justify him being A.
Wow. That does feel harsh, actually. Because I think the issue is he's too subtle as a character for you to enjoy as much as say the other A tier characters. I think for what he does in the story, I probably get more enjoyment. Yeah, I enjoy what he does more than you, but
Top of A or top of A, top of B or bottom of A.
yeah, that's kind of where he's going, isn't it?
Yep.
That'll make that look slightly weird. Boom, death now.
We're not gonna have much choice. Yeah.
I mean, no, we will do it because there are more A tier characters to go.
Of course.
But that does feel harsh, but yeah.
Honestly, it just occurred to me that in Robotics Notes, the guy characters kind of are just all boring, aren't they?
I don't think Kaito. I think calling Kaito boring is harsh.
I think he's boring.
Okay.
He's too real. Like he's great. He's a great person, but he's just boring. Like you don't remember anything he does. He's outshone by basically every other character in the game.
You know, Robotics Notes really was sexist. That's what you've learned here today.
Yeah. I don't remember this guy's name. Isn't he like half he and shit, what's the name of the Aki sister?
Oh, for fuck's sake. But yes.
I'm so bad with names. I don't know, does this guy actually do anything? Other than just look menacingly at people?
You're kind of proving the point I was trying to make with Kaito that he actually does stuff, but he's too subtle for you to actually notice he's doing stuff, and he falls in the same category. Sawada, that was his name, wasn't it?
Sawada? That sounds right, yeah.
Yeah. He falls in that similar category of he's too subtle for you to notice he's actually doing something. Also, his sort of turnaround and dash is pretty funny.
Yeah, he does do a face turn, doesn't he? So.
Well, yeah, that's the main deal. That's kind of one of the main kind of reveals in Robotics Notes when it's all beginning to go to shit in Tokyo. Is that when it turns out this guy who's been clearly set up to be the villain the whole time, actually he's basically on our side and effectively a double agent. I find him interesting. I think he's cool, but he's not a main character really. I mean,
No.
He's significant, but for the screen time he gets in the main game, and Dash is just a clusterfuck of, that's not really an accurate measure. But he is funny and interesting in that for the complete turnaround, and nearly parody they have of his character in Dash, which probably turned some people off. I enjoyed it for what it was.
I'm thinking C.
I think he's a high end C.
Yeah. Not better than Shido, though.
No, okay. Right. I would have put him as a B, but fair.
Oh, a D?
A B. No, not a D. I was just defending him for the last 2 minutes. I'd have put him as a D.
I was confused.
Miyazaki.
Is it Miyazaki? I thought it was Misaki.
Misaki, yes.
Okay. Hey, I actually remember the name for once. Holy shit.
Hey, we figured it out.
Well, okay, so first off, she can read. So that makes her better than Akio, right? I'm kidding.
Okay, so she...
No.
Okay,
she's
sitting there until you prove me otherwise.
No, fuck off. She's not an S character. You kidding me?
Of course she's not. No. But you now have to prove her back down because
low
you just said she
B.
can read.
Low B. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's just kind of there. Does she really do that much in the end?
Does she do that much?
Other than be her?
Does she do that much in the end?
You keep getting mad at me for forgetting.
Have you forgotten what our boss knows actually was? She's a
giant robot with big robot in slow-mo.
And she was the giant robot.
Oh, all right, we did kill her. I forgot.
Fuck's sake.
Well, I forgot because the other villain I remember better.
Well, yeah, you were supposed to, but she was there. She was really cool. She was interesting. She had an internal conflict. Her the manga, the memoirs of Mizaki Sanemiya, really good and gives a lot of context to her character. Which, admittedly, you're missing because you can't read. You are the Akio of this video.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which put her low end of B. Even given what we actually see in Robotics notes, and Dash also helped as well. That she played part in. I
remember her bits in Dash.
Better, in like probably one of the best routes in that. I mean, she should be at the same end as Kaito. Probably not ahead of Mr. Braun or Darrow actually, but she should be on this end of B.
Okay.
We made it. Nah, they can still stay in B. I have a feeling B is going to get crowded. How things are going. And who we're putting in there. Anyway, this dude.
Michi?
Yeah.
Good guy, but annoying.
He's not ahead of Sue. Fuck that.
Alright. I
mean,
he's not great, yeah. He's more annoying than he's worth.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's an argument to be made that he could go in C, because he did do a cool thing, and he got his brief moments. When they look in his past, yes, he's got some moments that are interesting and whatnot, but yeah, he's there basically.
Can we change like F to like D- and put Sua and Misumi in that?
Okay.
Because I feel weird having Michi in the same. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's the thing. But also feel weird if he ended up in C.
I don't. I agree. I just find him annoying.
Yeah.
Again, nice guy, but he's just way too annoying.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the interesting villain. But still not Narosa level, I don't think. In the end.
Oh, I thought he was the best personified villain in the series.
I'll say it's between him and Narosa. Which isn't saying much.
I would definitely put him above Norose.
I don't have a huge argument either way on that. Really.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair, at the point that we got to Robotics, I think they kind of figured out, or at the very least when they got to that, I was more interested in Dash than it was in the main game, in several ways, which is saying something.
Yeah.
I agree. That's saying a lot, actually. You know. But I think they kind of probably did get to that point where they maybe had a bit of a collective understanding in matches when they kind of realized that our villains suck. So we should actually put a little bit more effort into it. And yes, some more effort went into him than other villains. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
He's kind of like, you can't really argue against him, but you're not going to say he's great.
Right.
So, yeah, he's there.
Of course, I can't remember her name, but I remember who she is.
Yes.
She runs like the convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
She's just kind of like a really good homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like a real one. She's there.
Mm-hmm.
Top of C.
Yeah. C. I mean, we put this guy in B. I'll put her bottom of B. I think.
Okay.
I mean, she's really good. She's a really good homie.
Saved your life that one time.
Yeah, that's just a small deal, you know. No, no. I think bottom. I think bottom.
Okay.
The other centimeter of the tree that we know.
Yeah. The bottom C.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
really
like
have anything else to
again,
say.
he's there to do something.
Yeah.
Why the fuck's she on the list?
I mean, she's a character in the game. It's the principal of the school they go to.
Fucking D minus. Moving on.
Oh, really? All right, I didn't think she was that bad. All right, I was gonna say D.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, we'll leave it. Subaru's dad,
Yeah.
my boy.
He slapped Subaru. That was good.
Like a high C.
Yeah. No. Like the story is actually what's going.
Because he sails the high seas.
I was actually going to say something about this guy, but screw it.
Oh, okay. Subaru. B, but where? Like,
That's the thing. Where? To be honest, I'm looking there at you in the middle and thinking, yeah, Subaru
would
is
you
the
rather have
Yua.
Subaru or Yua?
You is slightly more interesting.
Yua's a girl.
That counts as slightly more interesting. I don't think you enjoy the stories as much. I didn't think there obviously were not anywhere near the better parts of Robotics notes, but I think they're a lot better than probably his character was otherwise.
Yeah, I think they outwrote his character.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
The opposite of Frau.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which to their credit, good job on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's B.
Yeah, I'd say there.
I don't want to put him mostly over him. He goes there.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I like Mimosa. She's good.
Okay. Okay.
And very important, and you can be forgetting that, but sure.
Isn't this guy Michi's brother? He runs a candy company, right?
Yeah, he's his uncle, isn't he? Yeah, he's his uncle.
Yeah. He's equally annoying.
Yeah.
He helps get shit done, but like, I don't know. He just gives us money.
And he has a sexual harassment parrot.
Oh God, yes. The parrot's. Where's the parrot? He should be on here.
Why is the parrot not on here?
Because he's not. It doesn't appear on screen.
Can we? Okay. Do we have to judge this guy in combination?
Oh fuck no. He's D. He's definitely D.
Okay.
He's kind of annoying too.
If the parrot was on the list, where's the parrot going?
He makes Juno do weird shit. Parrot?
Yeah.
B, because it's funny.
Okay. For the record, if Tara was here, he'd be B.
Okay. Alright, Chaos Child, baby.
Hell yeah. So, Kazi, where's she going?
Immediately started off with a tough one, actually.
Yes, this is actually hard. Because they did a frow on her. In that they didn't do a whole lot interesting with her at all. But as a character, actually quite interesting.
Yeah, I completely forgot about her route in the game. Her route in the game is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But other than her route, she doesn't really...
That's the thing. That's the point. That was the only time they had something to do with her, and they didn't do a whole lot. Because she kind of there for the rest of it.
Is she actually C? That just doesn't feel right.
That's not right either.
Low B. I can't justify anything more than that.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say she's another Moeka. Actually, they literally took Moeka and turned her into a teenager.
Oh, Moeka's better than her, though.
I'd agree with that, yeah.
Yeah. Now, that said, Love Choo Choo could very well change her minds. I got a feeling her and Love Choo Choo is going to be hella fucked up, so...
Hella fucked up, and there are other benefits to be had there.
Yeah.
Speaking of benefits.
All right. So remember how I said Frau's a problem?
Yes.
This is a problem.
This is very much a problem.
She's a very good character, but I don't think I can justify S.
That's the thing. She's just short of it, isn't she?
She's very close.
Mm-hmm. I don't think, and it's not like unlike Farrell, it's not like they even fail to use her right either. I don't really have much issue with her story and how she was used either.
She's used well. She's funnier than hell.
Mm-hmm.
Um, her ending in the game is really good,
Yeah.
but it's just not quite S.
That's the thing. There's something that's just not quite, but
Definitely high
really
end
up
of
there.
A. High end of A for sure.
Okay, so we then have to make some choices there. Where's she going to fit in between? So I'm not sure. Definitely above Nanami. Probably ahead of Kozuki. Lucas
That's where
Suzuhado?
I'd put her. That's where I'd put her.
Okay, I'm not going to have much
Ahead of
arguments there
Kosuke.
because I'll be putting her somewhere around here anyway. So
Again, I
yeah,
can't wait for Love Choo Choo because that's going to be an extreme problem for me because of Rule T, and also just
there's more than
the
Rule
way
T. Yeah,
the way she is. It's gonna be fucking hilarious.
I mean, I know I can pull out a CG from Love Chuchu and it torments you endlessly.
Shut the fuck up.
I can pull it out and it will torment you.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Also, she's just tomboy as hell, which I love that. So
She's great.
she's awesome. What's next? Oh, it's no.
Yeah.
No, Mimono.
Fuck, you beat me to it.
Is Senri on here?
Excellent point.
She is. Okay, so it's just
This makes it very interesting then. I took and both of them up now. To be considered separately, mind, but we may as well do them both together anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. So this is the hard thing because they've split it like this. Because they've put Senri down as well, this makes this hard, right? To actually do. So who are we? Okay, I think we need to establish when we are placing no. Who are we placing?
I think no, because I can separate them in my head, honestly.
Like no, I can separate them, but where is that long drawn? Yeah, it is.
Okay, I just
It is
realized
just.
the problem. I just
It
realized
is.
the problem. Yeah.
Is this the no as she appears to everyone else? Because that's how I would judge it.
Yeah.
The
That's what I was
no
thinking.
that Senri plays is who should be judged here, regardless of what Senri actually does in Nono's form. So I would think that Nono, as Senri plays her, is probably a high B, low A.
I was thinking high B.
Yeah, I think A is probably a little generous. So I'll put it down as a high B. Because
She's better than Daru. And Braun.
And Braun?
I'd put her at the top of B, honestly, but we're very on the Kaito train, so.
I mean, I would put Kaito ahead of her in the context of what we are judging her on, but sure. I mean, she does have things that does help her a lot. That are inconveniently cut out of this sprite we're looking at, but have to deal with that. So then on to Senri, who lacks all of that, but has her own charm.
She has real tea.
That's what I'm saying. She has her own charm. Because Nono doesn't have real tea. It's like they balance each other out. Yeah, it's great.
The problem is we don't see Senri very much.
We don't see Senri as Senri very much. But we see Senri in the form of Nono, but not playing Nono. That's what we see. And just the fact...
I kind of feel like we had to put them at the same.
I would put Senri ahead, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Go on.
So...
You sounded offended.
Right. So, like, the whole thing of Senri, it's like, yes, there's the whole aspect of her own internal conflict that led to her taking on and basically stealing Nono's life, which is again it's a fascinating thing and sort of subplot to the whole thing. I think quite clever use of the mechanics to allow a character like this to exist.
Also, the entire time we're talking about Senri, you have to have the gif of her spinning.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. Anyway,
But
moving
sure.
on.
Yeah. Anyway.
Continue.
What? So the actual the no that we see that just the care towards Tackle and is the great, older sister, great friend. The no that we're seeing, I interpret that is Senri. Right?
Yeah. And I
That's
can get behind
while
that, yeah.
the real no was, a well regarded, generally lovely person by all accounts. Um, so it's not inconceivable that the actual Nono would have acted like that had she survived the earthquake. It's still, Senri doesn't have to do that, and you obviously it comes out, and with the way she acts, especially when shit starts hitting the fan, and she is very much put herself in the position to die for her friends in confronting Serica. That she doesn't have to do that playing Nono. She doesn't have to do that, but she does it, and that is
Right.
Senri doing that. Even in the character route, the Nono's route and that delusion, that is Senri. That is Senri imagining that that ideal outcome for the whole family. That's Senri doing that. That's not her playing Nono to do that. That's Senri doing that.
It's Senri adapting to her new life.
It's Senri adapting to it, but that's the point is making it. That's what Senri wanted.
Yeah.
And she's doing it, and she is, she was straight up willing to die for that.
Man, it's been too long since I played Chaos Child because I feel like I remember liking Senri a lot.
And especially and the thing is that you like the no that you later come to realize was Senri. That's the point I'm making here. Is that really nearly from the second half of the game, a lot of what we see no doing is Senri, because the Senri does not have to do that to play no. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but this is all built off what she has done while playing no. My point is, she's really good.
Yeah,
she's great. She's and definitely an A, not on
A
the
tier.
higher end of A.
If not for the Rule T bonus alone,
that helps a lot. I mean,
it does.
We can start with nice.
It's an incredibly cute Rule T.
We got a whole row here going of Rule T. But actually, Frau's kind of out of place now. Does Frau go that high up on the A tier? Just to give us a row of Rule T? It's kind of a stretch.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it.
Sorry, Dynamic, but Nai's also going here to continue the row.
Yeah, Frau. Yeah.
But then we'd have to put Luca ahead of Suka. Fuck, we can do that. Screw it. Row of Rule T. It's a thing now. Anyway.
Mio Kunosato.
Yeah. I think she's great.
She's really cool.
Yeah.
She's super cool.
She's great.
She's like a mix of Senna and Kurisu.
Yeah.
Actually, that's literally what she is. It just occurred. Wow. Okay.
Fuck, she actually is, yeah. Oh, and if you read Children's Collapse, you can see that even more, given that a lot of her motivation is actually to be better than Kurisu, essentially.
Yeah. Like, I remember that. I distinctly remember that.
Yeah. And actually, to be fair, Children's Collapse does a huge amount for her character. And given a lot more, it kind of gives a lot more logic to the character she turns out to be in Chaos Child, which can appear a little bit of quite a sudden jump in her general behavior. Because obviously she starts the game as she basically she hates everybody, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely hates everybody. Aside from obviously her interesting alter ego on radio, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
What she did.
I forgot about that till you just mentioned it. Like, oh yeah, she did do that.
Yeah. She explicitly went to. That was like one of the first things she did when she went to Shibuya was start that up.
Yeah.
But no, her whole thing, her whole story, everything around her, great. Where would you put her?
A.
Okay.
A next to like Senna. No, okay, I'd move Senna up actually.
Yeah, Senna's a little low there, isn't she?
Yeah,
We'll put him here
they're
behind the
there.
role of Ruti.
Yeah.
I
Mia
put her
loves
ahead of.
Senna. I will agree that she's a better character than Senna.
She is.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had my way, she'd be in the S tier. So.
Not immediately. I feel like Love Choo Choo. The fact that she has a root in Love Choo Choo is terrifying. So,
I mean, her root in Love Choo Choo is going to do absolutely nothing for her character, but it'll be pleasing in many other ways.
oh yeah.
Anyway, Serica.
Freaking S tier. Easy.
Absolutely.
She's so good. Does she count as a villain?
Not really, but she should have been. I mean, she kind of was. And she definitely should be. I mean, she was better than the other excuses of everything else in that, on that side of things. Like, I mean, she's very much a victim as well as the villain, but she's so good.
She is so good. Especially, first off, the part where she switches and you discover that she's after you is so good. That's one of the best moments in the entire franchise. They did that so well. And then from that point on, she's actually scary.
Yes.
She's like the scariest character in this entire franchise.
Like, and she's scary, like unlike any other character. That's like if she was actually the villain and they didn't actually put the effort into the rest of her story, which makes her, puts her in S tier. She probably was still nearly S tier by the way she acts and what she, just on the shallow level she's great. On the deep level she's great. It's like you're winning all the time. You know, there's
so good.
Yeah,
so good.
It's not a huge.
I'd say she's second best character in the franchise behind Okabe.
I'm not going to argue with that. Hell yeah.
She's so goddamn good, and my god, when her eyes went away, like the shine went out of her eyes, that was fucking genius. It was so good.
It's like,
and I do remember, like every time she showed up, I was actually scared. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Oh no, we're fucked.
That's the thing.
And the way she spoke, great voice actress too.
Oh yeah, it's
Jesus Christ.
So for most of the game, she's a Mayuri, and so it kind of like even that alone is on a near Mayuri level, right?
Yes.
But then her turn, it's like I don't actually.
It's like,
is there even really a character like that in the series that acted the way she does? Like the real Serica, and that we saw for the last part of the game.
No, not really.
It's quite unique the way she was acting and the dynamic that was going on of the fact that obviously she's the villain, but she's unwilling. She's an unwilling accomplice. She doesn't want to do it. She is trying to. Yeah, she's trying to do her own thing, which ultimately, yes, is actually pretty evil, actually. But she's acting independently in how she's doing it, which kind of puts her in kind of a. Like, if there was a chaotic neutral, she kind of in it. It's neutral. Is probably it's a borderline neutral. It's kind of awkward to play because she's not on the side of the committee. She is on the side of Taku, but she's also not really on the side of. She's not on the side of society as a whole. Let's put it. In what she does, and it's really cool what she does. Like, she's great.
She's just so good. She's so well done in every way.
She's such a cool character.
Great. She's so good.
Yeah. And to reiterate, he said, because we haven't mentioned a lot in terms of then how the characters are portrayed in terms of voice actors and that, but Serica, that was such a good performance in how she's done. It's like because the voice acting went such a long way to basically making her character what she is in for the second half. Yeah, that's great.
So good. And it's again, we haven't played Love Choo Choo, but when we do, are we gonna get nice Serica or terrifying Serica or both? I feel like it's gonna be both, and it's gonna be hilarious.
It better be both.
It better be both. I'd rather see the scary one because that's gonna be like fucking yandere shit. That'd be awesome.
Fucking
She's
Scary
so perfect
Circus, hot as hell. That's great. Give me that.
Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad you said it. Also, the fact that she has like 2 or 3 lines that just bring back trauma instantly.
Yeah.
Says, okay, and ne, taku. Like that shit's
the worst thing
freaking traumatizing.
Is how for the majority of the game, okay brings, you know, it gives, like, when you hear, you're like, everything's good, and then after
And then there's a point where
after
like,
the common ending, you're like, oh no.
You hear it
brings
again,
back
you shiver.
Trauma. Exactly, it brings back trauma after the common ending, and
like
from
some freaking
then on,
Kato Shoujo level trauma.
yeah, Circa's great.
Circa is so good.
Yeah.
So now Takuru, who is infinitely better than Takumi,
absolutely,
but still not,
way better,
but still just kind of a dick in general.
He's a dick, right?
But he actually grows out of it.
He grows out of it and grows actually to quite a good person through a shit ton of trauma, mind, to get to that point. Which is quite interesting to sort of have his perspective of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how he deals with that is, I think generally, at the end of the game, he's actually a pretty good person. And essentially, the maturity of the ending, because he doesn't have to. He doesn't have. The game doesn't have to end the way it does. He does not have to basically give himself up. He does not have to take responsibility for what happened. The fact that he has grown as a character to the point where he does take responsibility for what has happened in that game, where there's so many arguments. I think you can perfectly make the argument. I think it's actually the correct argument, is that he should not have to take responsibility. He should not feel responsibility for what happened in Chaos Child. But the fact that he does take responsibility and fully dedicates himself basically to putting everything right, even if that you could really argue away as it's not his responsibility. He should not have to take it all upon himself. But the fact that he does, like, he's fucking million times better than the other Taku.
His delusions are more fun, cool too.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
It does. So A, for sure. I
Definitely. Think. Absolutely, mate. He can't break up the rule T. He's also not a girl, so that doesn't help. Oh, boy. He should be higher than that, though. Or higher. Should be higher.
I wouldn't put him above Senna.
Okay.
Hey, there's a lot of things that would change on here, but whatever.
This is compromise. My list also looked a whole lot different than this.
What's her name?
Yuki.
Oh yeah.
That's okay, so she's temporarily into who even is this, because you forgot.
No, I know who she is. She's just her roots, I
found it interesting, but
it's high C's.
C's. It's definitely high. Okay. For memes, she can't be ahead of Shido, though. In reality, she definitely is. Absolutely, but memes that dictate she goes there.
Yeah. What did you just say to me, bitch? Go get me my motherfucking ham sandwich.
So, like, he's automatically...
That line alone is S. That was the best delusion in history. But he's... Oh. Just put motherfucking ham sandwich. Oh.
Fuck, how do you spell sandwich? Close enough.
There you go.
Okay. So anyway, on to this guy.
Okay, we're not going to talk about him.
Okay, we can talk about him, but that's where he's staying.
Ah, god damn it. All right, can you move it down? Move the whole tier down to like above B, because that's red bottom.
That's fair. I think we can agree on that. Yeah.
He's like a especially good B just because of that fucking scene was so fucking funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's it. As like a best friend guy character, he's easily the best.
Oh yeah. No, he is a good character.
Motherfucking ham sandwich. That scene was so fucking good.
I'm not even sure that's. I'm still not even entirely sure that's exactly what he said, but that's the point.
He definitely said motherfucking ham sandwich.
I don't see what fucking definitely said it, or was it that?
Or was it go get me my motherfucking ham sandwich? It was something like that. He was arguing with Santa about getting a sandwich.
No, agree. That's where it is. That's okay. Yeah, that's it here. Anyway,
oh god, that scene is so good. It's so fucking funny.
I think the thing is that through a lot of the case plot, but they made him a more interesting character than he had any right to be.
Right. There's that bit where you look like a creepy ass scary zombie. That was pretty good.
Oh, that was good. Like that, the fact that they did that with him, and they sort of and the redemption, and the conflict that he basically tears himself apart over that, because even though, like, okay, initially you see that scene and you're thinking, what the fuck, I've just been betrayed by my best friend, this guy's an absolute psychopath, like, what the fuck is going on? What that whole scene is a proper complete yeah. That scene's a thing, right? And they could have easily kind of discarded his character at that point, right? And been like, that was him. Interesting best friend, sporting character that had a twist, got exploited, whatever happened to him, and then that was it. The fact that we got the scene where obviously he tries to explain what happened to help catch who actually did it. The fact that we got that scene, and that scene so good, and that is kind of like the highlight of his character in that scene, where he's literally torturing himself to try and catch who had done this to them, and who had done this to all of them. And even that, and the fact that he's doing it, and he's pushing himself so hard because of the guilt that it's like, the fact that he was strong enough to not just become basically a vegetable after that, and not from like the actual physical act of having his mind controlled in such a way, but just the shock of what has happened and what he had been made to do, would have probably crippled most normal people, right? Like that's the reaction you would expect. You'd expect that basically he went and sat in the corner and stared at paint dry for the rest of his life. That's the outcome you expect from that. And the fact that his character was strong enough to not do that. The point we're making here is that Chaos Child is fucking excellent.
Chaos Child is so good. And it's like the only one of these games that's actually scary.
Yeah. Yeah. And it has very few, if any, weak characters. Well, that we haven't mentioned. We mentioned them so far. But you can basically, the rest of it is so strong, it makes up for like the 2 weak characters in the game.
Yeah. For real.
It helps a lot that one of them get killed off in a break scene.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. But the fact is, I've been able to talk for however long I've been rambling on
about Ito.
Yes, about the fucking generic best friend character.
Who even called himself out for being that.
Yes, he outright calls himself that in the game. That he's just a generic best friend character. It's like, when you can contrast him with Mizumi, right? Contrast those two characters.
Yeah, Mizumi, yeah.
Right? Yeah, that tells you all you need to know about Chaos Child as a game. Right?
Yeah.
That, yeah. Chaos Child is so fucking good.
It's
That's the
so
conclusion
good.
we're getting out of this.
I can't wait to play that again.
Yeah. Anyway, there's three weak characters. Oh, this is the guy who's actually the bad guy. Alright. You remember? Okay, do you actually remember who this is, but not just his name?
I thought he was like a teacher or some shit.
He is the actual villain in Chaos Child.
Oh, can we put him in Who Even Is This? Because I really don't remember him.
You know what? I don't have much else great to say about him, so I'm going to leave him there. Yeah. I mean, I could actually put him in D, but I'm going to leave him there. He's not a D minus, to be fair, but we'll leave him there. Because, to be fair, the twist at the end, and it turns out that he is the actual villain, the actual person organizing the whole thing. It's like, you kind of had to pick somebody to do it, didn't you?
Yeah.
You know, like what he does after that, it's like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. The scenes he sets up and the confrontations, they're kind of interesting, but in reality, at the end of the day, he should have won. He didn't. For reasons that I'm still not sure of. And that in any weaker game would have sullied the whole thing. But my cognitive dissonance is overshadowing it, and I'm pretending that brief, like 2 minutes of that scene didn't happen, and that somehow we got pixies and roses at the end of it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, he belongs in Who Even Is This? Like,
yeah. This guy.
I remember who he is.
Yeah, and you remember he's a D minus.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty much.
Again.
Who is that?
He's fucking S tier. That's who he is.
Who is he?
He's a guy who lives in the park, and that supplies the Cool Cat magazine.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Why is he S tier?
Because he's great.
Does he even do anything?
No, he's great.
Oh, come on.
Okay, where? He's C. Unfortunately.
Fine. Oh, the two orphans.
Yeah.
They exist. Like,
I think you're being harsh, but sure. They're probably C's, aren't they?
yeah, I can't.
I mean, they're good C's, mind you. They are good C's. I mean, yeah, no, they should be around for C's. Actually, I'll put her better than.
Okay.
Really.
I remember her more than I do him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because she's definitely she's the better one.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because obviously they have to get what they're going to get out of her in that game because, well, she's not going to appear anytime again.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Because Yuto has potential to be used later in the series as a whole. And it's kind of a bit like Nai in Steins is set up to be a very good character in another game if they ever do that. They may never do that. They're probably never going to do that. But he's got the potential. And yeah, no, she was good when she was green, and of course she became a box.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
anyway,
I don't remember his name, but he's not bad.
He's not bad at all.
He's like a B.
Definitely a B. I mean,
yeah,
the fact he can set up the dynamic with him and Mio, which is hilarious, through the whole game.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That's gonna be great. All right, so
yeah, for that dynamic alone, aside from what he actually does in the plot, which is also pretty good.
Yeah, and he's competent. He's a competent investigator.
Exactly, and he actually fulfills. Not only in that way does he fulfill a similar role that Bond did in Chaos Head, but he also fulfills the role that he's a fucking normal person.
Yeah.
in this cast of weirdos, he's a normal person, which is why the dynamic of him and Mio, who's definitely not a normal person, is so good.
Yeah. This is the guy that I thought was the bad guy in the end.
I mean, yes, he was also the bad guy, but he was also being used by that guy as well. So, I mean, yes, he was the bad guy. Don't get me wrong, he was like basically these two are your two personified villains of of Chaos Child. Right?
Also, wasn't he like? Did he run the orphanage?
Yes, he was. He was their adopted father.
Yeah.
And ostensibly a good guy, which that's kind of the redeeming feature of his. You could argue of his plot and his character was
I don't
that
know.
it's like there's an R twist. That
D maybe, I don't know.
I feel like D's being generous.
Okay, I would.
I mean, he's not in Who Even Is This? He's definitely not there.
I don't.
He's more interesting. He's more. He's do put him a D. He's a D.
Yeah.
He's a D. Like I don't know his motive. I'm conflicted over his motive. On one hand, I can see the point of his madness in simplicity, but on the other hand, the simplicity of it is kind of a bit like, really, we were building up to that. I mean, he gets killed in a really cool way. To be fair, that's worthy of D. Him getting killed is fucking great. Not in the sense that I would have liked any of these people to be killed, but just that whole scene and the way he tore. That's good. That scene is good. The reason why we're at that scene is met at it being generous and bad at being kind of objective.
Yeah. Can we move Takumi's doctor down to D? He's in the high C's.
The problem is, because you made that pun, the high C's sound higher than it does.
I know, right? But
we'll put him at the bottom of C, I think.
All right.
He's not D. Like, we never had any. Like, with these guys, right? Everyone down here, we had problems with, right? We gave them shit.
True.
We never gave this guy
like
shit.
No opinion. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, low C is no opinion. High C is they did something cool. We need to row below this. And this row will be the low C's. And he's in the low C's.
Him, both the dads. Actually, every dad.
Anyone who's a dad is in the low C's. Except him, because he's bad dad.
Super Dudes can stay up. He's a little bit better.
Yeah. And actually, Nakabachi is also a dad, but he's also good. So he can stay
his dad.
Yeah, sure.
He's like the top of low C, though.
Yeah. He could be either there. Gen's not moving down. He stays there. Yeah, the rest of them can stay.
The rest of them in the high C's. Down there?
No, they're the high C's. They're not the low C's. We don't have no opinion on it. And they do a lot of cool things. They do enough cool things that they should be doing. I mean, I'd argue real too cool should be in B, but so they should stay there, I think. Yeah, I'm happy with the high C's and low C's.
Okay.
Someone's going to look at this tier list at the end and wonder, why the fuck is there 2 levels of C?
Because of a pun.
Yes. Okay.
I have absolutely no idea who the fuck this is.
That was the journalist who ate enough stickers to kill himself.
Like, oh, that guy.
He's in the game for like 2 fucking hours.
Who even is this? Like,
I would agree. Like, I know who he is, but like
he's completely.
He's literally a plot
really
device.
Cool.
He's a plot device.
But that's nothing to do with him.
Yeah. He's not a character. He's a plot device.
Yeah, for real. I don't remember her name. I just remember she's also in Bloodtoon, and she was just a waitress.
She's B.
I feel like in Love Choo Choo, she's gonna freaking bump herself up quite hard.
Yeah. I mean, the shit she gives them is B-worthy. Just saying.
Oh, Dad, she does give him so much shit. Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Yeah. Mainly for that. I like how the bottom end of B has become they gave the characters shit and it was funny. Because apparently we value that more than the protagonist of Chaos Head.
Can you put her above Sarah because of the Roll T bonus?
Oh, that's a good point. Should she go that high because of that, or should she just go to the top of the characters who gave other characters shit?
I feel like she has strong potential in Love Choo Choo, but we haven't seen it yet, so we don't know. So
if she does, then she can go ahead and say.
All right.
Who will judge it on that?
I can't wait for Love Choo Choo, man.
Whatever her actual name was.
The temporary villain of Chaos Child.
Like who? Again, we know who, but
she could throw fire and shit. That was kind of cool.
That was cool. They vaguely attempted to give a reason for why she does anything.
Did she fight Sarika at one point?
No, she fought.
Or was it just Takuru?
It was Takuru and
Arimura?
Yeah, she confronted the two of them with the fire, and that's how the whole fire thing happened, right?
Yeah,
that was cool to be fair. But she's not really a character though. That's the problem.
Yeah,
there is no character there. There is, I said, plot device. Cool plot device, but plot device. Now it actually seems now harsh to put that fucker in with these two. A woman D- just to not have him on the same level.
I thought he's below them.
I know he's below them. We now need.
God damn it!
We now need another row for this. This will be the actual F, and he's there. Fine. Well, I also want to put that guy there as well. There we go. Now we're happy.
All right.
Because there's nothing wrong with these two. They're just like. It's just.
Ooh, why?
Yeah. Well, not really why. There's the why.
It's just who.
No, I think this needs to be slightly rephrased. Because we know who they are. We know what they do.
I didn't. I didn't remember the journalist guy at all.
There.
Just forgot. That'd be way too many of these.
Okay. We should finish off. Yeah,
okay, because I forgot the freaking guy you hate in F.
Yeah, but I remember him, so he's an F.
All right. Anyway, who's this? I don't know who this is.
I thought it was fun. That's like, again, she's there as a plot device for Arimura's backstory, and she appears, they say a thing, they do a thing, she tries to kill us or some shit like that. Actually, that whole thing's kind of weird.
For whose backstory?
Arimura's.
Why is she at the bottom of Steins 8-0 then?
I don't understand that, but that's who she is.
Okay, fucking just forgot, because I don't remember her at all.
I mean, again, there's not really. I remember who she is, obviously, but there's not really a character there. Again,
see, I was confused because she was at the bottom of Steins 8-0. It's like I do not remember that character in Zero at all, and it's like now I don't remember in Chaos Child at all.
Here's the interesting, actually, now looking at this with Chaos Child, is that for all the praise we are giving it,
they have a lot of characters that don't really.
The spread of the characters is quite large.
Because they have a lot of characters. That's just it. They just have a lot of characters.
That's a good point. You do have a lot of characters. It was a very ambitious game, and the net result was excellent. But I think it's just highlighting again that they put a lot of effort into Chaos Child. It showed in a lot of ways, but they put a lot of effort into that.
Okay, so now we're actually at Steins 8-0 unique characters. Ventaro, Dr. Leskinen. He's funny.
But, isn't he technically a villain as well?
Yeah, but
he's one of the better ones, but that's not saying much.
I don't know. High seas.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get that low. Gen's going there. Yeah, that does make sense. Actually, we're getting our like row of tolerable villains appearing.
Yeah.
And as opposed to the row of intolerable villains that's appearing down here.
Yeah. Maho Hyajo, Potato's favorite.
Woo.
She's awesome. She's really cool.
She's really good.
She's like high A tier at least.
Definitely. Borderline S tier.
Very borderline.
I'll say borderline S tier. Let down by perhaps an arc that probably dragged on.
Oh, her end in Zero?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that weird bit where they're like invading the building and Freaking Boica was there.
Oh, that wasn't even the bit that dragged on. It was the fucking monologues that dragged on, which I know is saying something for the Science Adventure series. That's kind of what you're signing up for. But
yeah,
I don't know. I felt a bit kind of stretching this a bit. When they got to the whole when everyone was jumping through the fucking buildings and that was good. Anyway, so
Maho is just great.
yeah, is she ahead of the row of Rule T?
I think she has to be.
I would agree.
I wouldn't put her above Suzuha though.
But the Rule T, the row of Rule T must be preserved.
Fine. Interesting that they used the young Kagadi, right? But here we are.
Oh yeah, they did.
Shina Kagadi.
I mean, obviously the older one from just a portrait like this, not a huge amount different actually. To be fair.
Yeah.
She just got taller.
I forget. Was she Mayuri's actual daughter or adopted daughter?
Adopted daughter.
Adopted? Okay.
You forgot that, and now you're about to make an assessment on our character.
I remember she's just discount Kurisu. She is.
That's generous. Even like that is no.
She's nowhere near as good as Kurisu. She's
yeah, I know you're not saying she's anywhere near, but even that, I know you're not being that complimentary, which is even fucking generous.
The part with her and Mayuri, like that ending or whatever it was, is pretty good. But otherwise, it's just like
no, her story and her plot's good. I like that, and her relationship with Mayuri and that whole thing is good.
But like they designed her just like Kurisu, except with much bigger tits.
I mean,
don't act like that's a plus.
I mean,
God damn it! She had that fight. Also, she's like a secret agent. She fought with Suzuha that one time.
Well, depending on the world line, she is many different things. You know, because some world line she isn't, and some world line she is.
I can't justify her being any more on high seas.
I would agree with that. Yeah, she is.
She's just there in the end. She's not bad, but
she is. That's the assessment. She is. Yeah. Anyway, then
Yuki Amane is one of the sweetest girls ever. Freaking somehow, what does she see in Daru? I don't get it.
Really don't get it.
So,
even though it was explained
Yuki Amane, this is Suzuha's mom, Daru's future wife. Way too hot for him. Way too
much.
As a character, she's just there in the end.
Yeah.
A nice friend of Mayuri.
Mm-hmm.
Hot.
Yeah. Helps a lot.
God, she is pretty hot though, isn't she? As a character, she's high C's. But she's hot, so B. No, I'm kidding.
No, she's B. She's B. She's going there. You said it. She's going there.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue her down from there. She can say that.
Okay. Don't remember her name. Another one of my Yuri's friends. So much potential, though.
Yes. She was the
one that could also kind of see the transitions between world lines like Okabe could, but they didn't explore that any further. And that makes me mad, because that was a really cool idea they had going there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, now, mechanically in the world, she's not the only one who's ever done that, but she came the closest and actually was the only really other character other than characters should know better that was able to actually put together what she was seeing. Other characters saw other world lines, but they couldn't properly put together what they were seeing. Right. She was kind of figuring it out. Could.
And she had to go to the hospital constantly because she kept getting headaches from that shit.
Yeah. And then aside from that, as a sort of friendly side character, she's very entertaining. I thought she was good.
Yeah, didn't she give people shit?
Yes, she gives people a lot of shit. That's great.
Yeah.
And then,
but there's so much potential with her that I really wish they actually would have explored.
That's the thing. Where'd she go then?
High seas.
Yeah, she's in the high seas.
Next to like the orphan girl.
Yeah. Which side? Higher or lower, actually?
Probably below, since they actually explored the Orphan Girl stuff. So
yeah,
I wish I could remember more names. I'm so shit with names. I don't remember either of these characters' names. I just know the Orphan Girl and Mayuri's cool friend. At least I remember who they are. Just not their name.
Oh, wasn't she Fubuki? Wasn't that her?
Was that the other
And
one?
that was
I don't
Kaida.
remember.
Or was she Kaida and was she Fubuki? One or the other was that?
I don't remember.
She was the cooler one. We can agree on that.
She was definitely the cooler one. Just objectively cooler.
Yeah, and if properly explored, would definitely be. Who knows? Maybe.
I'm betting now in the next Steins whatever, she's gonna have some sort of important role. They really set her up for that, I think.
Which means they're not going to do that at all.
Which would be that'd be maddening.
It will be maddening. That's what we're going to get. It's going to be incredibly maddening, the potential that was left there. But then again, Zero couldn't go on for 60 hours because they spent all the money on Chaos Jobs.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
And Zero is so good.
Yeah.
Zero's so weird in that, like, if you're not thinking about it, you're like, oh yeah, it's just, it's a Steins Gate game, so it's pretty good, but it's not the greatest thing ever. But then, like, you think back to a lot of parts of it, you're like, fuck, that's so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mayuri's other friend, who I definitely don't remember the name of.
Who was either Kaida or Fubuki. We're not sure which one it was.
I remember who she is.
Yeah.
So I didn't forget.
Okay, she's higher than this.
Does she do a damn thing? And then Judy Reyes, another fake out villain. Except worse. She's not very good, is she?
No.
She's just like,
she's not interesting
really
when she
just shows up.
Yeah.
She just shows up with the gun. It's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, and then I don't remember even what happens, or I just know she doesn't kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, shit happens after that and whatever. But it's kind of like of her and Leskin was definitely
and her and Leskin
more
were like
interesting.
A team thing. Leskin is way more interesting and funnier. Also, Leskin looks like a statue. I forgot to mention that. He's a statue.
Did you not know this is how Japanese see all Americans?
But freaking Reyes looks okay.
She's kind of statue-like. Not as statue-like, but
in comparison to statue skin.
No, they actually gave her skin. Yeah, but no, they are. Yeah, how non-Japanese are portrayed in Zero is kind of interesting in several ways. But anyway, where's she actually going? Is she better or worse than
the D-? Like,
yeah, sure.
It's just so unremarkable.
Yeah. Somehow that's the end.
Yeah. Okay, so go by S.
Yeah.
Okabe, yeah, I can't argue that. Speka, definitely second. Bon should not be third.
He shouldn't be. But we need to have him up here for a narrative.
Yeah. Who's the third best character in the franchise?
Oh. Out of the four we got here, who in reality are in contention, I would say Krisu.
Probably yes. My personal opinion is different, but objectively, yeah, Krisu.
Yeah. No, my personal opinion, is down here with these two. But yeah, no.
Personally, I would have kept fucking Ferris in third because she's just so awesome. But
I'll keep her in fourth though. I think that's sat pretty well. Actually,
you would put Ferris above Mayuri, really?
Yeah.
Objectively speaking.
Objectively, yeah. Objectively, with my own bias on it, as well, also helping.
Okay. I did not expect that.
Dave's putting if we are going fully, I throw the rules out and I just pick things on how I like things. Yes, I would. But putting some thought into it.
Okay.
I put Ferris there.
Yeah. So based off our S tier, we have 4 Steins Gate characters, 1 Chaos Child character, 1 Robotics Notes character, and 1 Chaos Head character.
You know, one of these titles may be generally more popular than the others, and there might be a reason for that.
Yeah.
Funny that.
Anyway, our A tier.
Now we just made a whole lot of people very angry with that statement, but you know, let's put our gatekeeping elitist hats off, which we love to put on, right? I mean, yes, I will die on the hill that Chaos Child is the best game in the series. I know a lot of people will die on similar hills for Chaos Head and Robotics Notes, and that's
Chaos Head is
fine
not the
because
best
they're.
game in the series. Are you shitting me?
Some people think it is.
Robotics Notes isn't either. Like,
no, I do really like
I
it.
see arguments for Steins Gate or Chaos Child, but anything else is just not the best in the series.
Yeah, they're really good though.
The thing with Steins Gate though is
issue.
that Steins Gate is infinitely more accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the characters are in general better.
Yeah, yeah, like taking the skew of what we've plotted out here, like there has a much stronger skew to the higher tiers.
Yeah, and I just think Steins Gate is just the best story ever told. It's such a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our A tier is pretty solid.
Yeah. I don't really have any issues with anyone there.
Yeah. Motherfucking ham sandwich.
Can't argue with that.
No, that was literally inarguable.
Yep.
Brawn.
It's kind of weird that Brawn is not at the top of the Brawn tier, but should he be actually that low? The thing I'm looking at these three.
Honestly, put him before Nono. Honestly,
that's what I'm thinking. He is.
No, I wouldn't put Nono above. Well,
what do you? Real Nono? I think you're right, actually. If we're talking Nono as played and not Senri, which of course is the thing we have to keep.
I think that investigator guy is too high.
He probably is, actually.
Like, put him below Daru for sure.
Yeah. I would say above.
Yeah.
I would say around here. This feels right, actually.
I feel like Fez is too low.
Yes.
I put Fez between. I mean, Braun has to be at the top, right? It's Braun category.
Well, would she be that high, though?
I would put her above Kaito.
I would. I put her below Kaito.
Okay.
I put her there. But I think we can agree she shouldn't be down there.
No.
Though.
Yeah, sure. I feel like Mocha's better than Seda.
Is Sarah there? Should Sarah be high?
The weird thing is, I can't justify Kazuki being ahead of fucking Seda, of all things.
Okay, she can stay there then. Fine.
Yeah. I still remember.
And this is then we got the tier of giving people shit.
Yeah. And Yuki's hot, so cool.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Shido, yeah, definitely top of.
For memes, he has to be there.
Orphan Girl, sure.
Yeah, they're all these are all pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think Takumi's too high, but sure.
Yeah. I'm not sure about Tsuru's dad splitting these two like that.
Put him above Takumi.
That also feels wrong. You put him above.
I refuse. I don't like Takumi, man.
Okay, I'll give you that. The fact that you're letting them stay in the high C, so I'll give you
that. And then Kagure just
they're kind of just there. Gen, I think, is too low, but you forgot who he is.
Yeah.
When we replay Chaos Child, you will put him back up where he deserves to be.
All right. Then just the average villain tier.
Yeah. The adequate villain tier.
Yeah. And Lutkinen's only there because he's funny.
Yeah. That's the bit that kind of made him adequate as a villain. So.
Yeah.
Then
we have the dads that exist for just cause. Doctor that didn't do shit. And then the friend that's just there.
Basically. So either dads that didn't do shit or other characters that didn't do shit. Basically.
Yeah.
He died in a cool way.
The annoying Michi guys.
Yeah.
And then the villain that's not quite as bad as the others.
So he's ended up on Michi level.
Yeah.
Basically. That makes sense. Somehow that logic works out, and it kind of does.
Yeah.
The characters we gave shit, or... Yeah, we just gave him shit.
Yep.
But not as terrible as those two. Who...
Right.
He's there because you forgot he was there. He's there because he's actually has no redeeming features whatsoever. And doesn't even have that interesting an angle to add to anything. Really. Like, you could have actually written him out of Chaos Child, and
he was completely pointless.
It actually wouldn't have made much difference, really.
Yeah.
It doesn't have much effect on either Nono's story or Senri's story, whether he's actually in there or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have written around that, around his whole existence. And then...
Put the pink hair girl at the top of Just Forgot, because I remembered what their role in the story was, but I don't remember anything else about them.
Well, because there is very little else about them.
Yeah, and then the other two I actually forgot. So
okay, well, that gives us a list then.
So this is our list. Start Flame Wars in the comments. I don't care.
You're assuming anyone survived to this point to actually be able to cause a war.
It's a tier list. It'll get like 6 views at least.
6 people will sit through the last 2 hours of this.
You can edit it down like an hour and a half, probably.
Holy shit, I have to edit that down to something sensible.
Just a lot of cutting. That's all it'll be.
So what did we learn from this?
Steins fucking rules. Chaos Child fucking rules.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lost potential in the middle there.
Yeah.
And girls rule in general.
You know, we were, in many ways, we were the exact demographic these games were designed for.
Rule T is almost above all.
Almost. Rule T goes a long way.
I can put my biases aside, kind of.
Yeah. Well, if anything, we have justified Rule T as a rule, in that actually any Rule T is A tier, and actually justifiably A tier.
But we didn't put a Sada's friend in it. She's Rule T.
Yet. Soon.
Soon.
She will be A tier. And rejoin her sisters in Rule T.
Yes. But yeah, anyway, we'll come back to this after we finish Chaos Head and Love Shooters and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll probably have to drop back at this after we finish Chaos Head No, which is going to be really weird for the video because this is probably going up after we actually finish Chaos Head No, but
whatever.
Yeah, it'll make sense. We'll come back to it when we've anything significant to report.
So anyway, if you've gotten this far, you must be a nerd for the Science Adventure series, which
incredible
good on you.
Nerd.
You found good shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
And that's how we're going to end the 2-hour video.